going into the week before I went to Ironman Texas, I went for a run, and after the run my foot felt really bruised and I had real trouble putting any weight through my front toe. So I just stopped running because I had Ironman Texas. I'd done all the work, but during the ride in Texas my foot really hurt and I got off the run and that really hurt. But I knew I had to finish the Ironman, otherwise I wouldn't have been validated to come here to Kona. But after the race I had an MRI scan and it showed that I'd torn my flexor hallucis longus tendon, which is basically your big toe tendon. And unfortunately this meant 10 weeks off running. So I spent the first probably 3 weeks wearing a boot just to protect the shoe, to protect my foot, and then I could walk on it, and I started aqua jogging after about 6 or 7 weeks, just because I didn't want to irritate it. I just wanted to get it to heal, and I could start riding probably 2.5 weeks after Ironman Texas, but just really easy, like 1 hour, really easy spins, just so I didn't put any tension through the foot. So I was going a bit crazy because injury is hard because you can't train, and I couldn't push off the wall in the swim, so I was like having to do one-legged push off the wall, and I didn't want to push too hard because then my hips would go. But after it healed really well. I had an ultrasound after 9 weeks and it showed that it had healed, so then I could start running, and I started back on the Ultra G treadmill, just to get a feel for it, and then I was doing a lot of run walking, and it was actually a really smooth return to running. And I really wanted to get one race in before Kona, so I went to Timberman 70.3, but I'd only been running for I'd done one run workout where I'd gone under 7-minute mile pace, so I was really underprepared, but I actually got the fastest run split there. So I was like, okay, this is good. I just need to get consistent training from then to Kona, and I'm going to be fine. I was really happy with my swim yesterday. Jodie Swallow was off the front, but I was in the front of the next pack. Felt very comfortable. I actually got through transition really quickly, and I was wearing a new race top, which I probably should have practiced in a bit more, because I got out of transition and it was fine, and then as I started riding the whole thing unzipped, and I couldn't do the whole bike ride with my jersey flapping around, so I made the decision I just had to stop, unclip, and then do it up, and the zip got a bit jammed, so then I was losing time to the front group, which was really frustrating at the time because I'd had such a good swim and it's something I've really worked on, and then all that advantage was gone and I was no longer with the group. But you think, okay, that's gone, and then I just focused on what I could do, and I thought, okay, this could be an advantage. There might be a lot of surging in that group. I can just ride my own pace, and that's what I focused on. Coming off the bike, I thought, my legs felt pretty good, and I was determined to put in a solid run, and I knew that Daniela was a long way up the road. I didn't rule out trying to catch her because you never know, maybe she would blow up. But I really focused on, first of all, getting onto the podium position and then moving into second place, and I felt good. And I feel like I had a really good, probably first 14 miles in order to get myself and establish a good position in second place. I think once I knew I had a decent gap on third place, I allowed myself to walk through a couple of aid stations just to dump water over myself, because I could really feel my core temperature rising. But when you have someone like Liz Blatchford, you don't take your foot off the pedal. It was just literally walk for 20 seconds, water, and then start running again. But so I feel like had I maybe been under a bit more pressure, I could have run a bit quicker, but I knew by the time then I knew that I was kind of in a good position in second. It's always difficult the day after doing an Ironman to think about your next Ironman, but I haven't ruled out doing Ironman Cozumel. I think it actually takes a bit of the pressure off if you get, if you validate early before the next year, because then there's no rush to get fit too quickly. I'll be able to build my fitness next year and do some shorter races. So I haven't ruled out Cozumel, but I haven't confirmed it either.